dominate the early game with the drafts that have been set? Or will Geek Fam force a game under, again, the Sky Kings and go to Equilibrium to make it all the way and look for their miracle run? Welcome to the Land of Dawn. As, again, that's what they're going for. You're right, Keyboy already very aggressive, trying to pressure Niall from the get-go.
I like the wording here. They need to Luke for the early game. Through Luke, exactly. Because Luke is the guy who can actually hold this off. Niall doing a good job at securing that orange buff already, but I don't think he should be going at it in a 1v1 against Keyboy here, who can just walk back and forth and even just, this is buying time, man. You get a kill here. Oh, it's Beloy who gets it. But look at where the Fredrin's already pathing to. They're already trying to invade very early on.
It's like a big combo, man. You deny the jungler, but your own jungler is an amazing, fast, clear jungler. Kyrie making full advantage of the situation, and so is Boots with the pre-level 4 power.
Luke jumping in with the help of his team. 3v1, Kyrie secures it with Retribution. Beloy gets out, and Niall is super behind. Now 1 level only. He decided to path towards the bottom lane instead. This will give the Fredrin a whole lot more to work with.
But this is it. This is it. This is Lancelot without a purple buff. That's going to be very important in this early game. They want to look for pressure onto the side lanes.
Man, look at Keyboy though, just so active. He won't be playmaking, but if there's anyone that can be as aggressive, as crazy as he is, it's gotta be Keyboy. He burned the flicker aggressively for a surprise play earlier, but now Boots on the top side in the 1v1.
Keyboy's gonna die again, but that's all good for now because Boots finds a trade up top. This 1v1, the guy who can hold his own in the early game, not doing too well.
And is that not the issue for the EXP lane for Geek Fam, right? Khalid, very strong laner, but does he not require snowballing?
I think he requires a bit of snowball, definitely, if he wants to be that big menace. They can just go all in, but now a boy getting zoned away by an Angela. Now Keyboy!
Sans! Gila Sans!
Keyboy wasn't necessary in that fight, and even on the turtle side, Kyrie gets it.
That's the first team mid laner for you, Gila Sans.
What the heck?
Almost a solo kill on an Angela. That is insane. But Keyboy is literally insanity, man. Doing the exact same thing, expecting the same result, technically.
He has the power of Wilder. Oh my god! The power of Wilderness! Keyboy just dives in. Oh boy, this is a second death. Look at the Angela getting free turret gold in the mid lane.
Absolute oppression, and he's not stopping there.
Oh, hard guard helps him even more. Niall zoned away from his own orange buff again. Level 3. They're doing what BTR did to them, and Niall goes in, but Kyrie finds a retreat. Now, boy, his 4th death on the way. Luke jumps in with a raging sandstorm, unable to find the connection, but they are able to take Keyboy down, and Niall finally gets a little camp.
That's what's so crazy, man. ONIC has made Geek Fam work so hard, and for what? For a 1 and 2 Hilda. They have no issue sacrificing Keyboy like that if it means that Niall is just kept under full pressure. Only level 4, 3 levels behind Kyrie.
And in the gold lane, CW was still able to get that away from Carry in a 2v1 situation. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, what?
Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, that's a blazing duet. Beloyski connects onto the back, but CW has that BMI placed down, and I actually would say he actually won that trade 2v1. Now Sans is on the way. They can cancel these recalls to delay it even further. That's what they do, and this will severely hurt Marquee. I think they're on the way to cutting that wave and to get that turret gold and even to deny these minions away from Marquee.
They're buying some time right here until Keyboy arrives. Nothing in the jungle, but there are juicy targets in the middle of the lane. ONIC might just go for it.
Very greedy maneuver here, but the guy in win gets him out. Power of Wilderness. Not gonna be used just yet. Oh, he gets cancelled. Beloy! That's the BBB in the early game. Big boy Beloy. He saves Marquee and gets him a kill.
The timing on that. That's just insane. Sans with the Oasis though has more damage, has shielding, and even though there has been a bit of a success story there, ONIC has full control, and CW is the one doing the zoning.
Good play again in the mid lane. They're getting some chunk down. Even some strike doesn't connect, but what does is the retribution on the turtle. Beloyski circling Eagle just to buy some time, just to halt ONIC for now.
This is a 3-level difference between the junglers. You can already feel the presence coming in from the Hilda, from Keyboy, from that early stage of the game, being able to deter the farming patterns and ultimately make Niall a non-factor. Can they stay consistent? Can they keep this ball rolling because we know that Geek Fam, they're very intelligent to bring things back.
Because right now, Geek Fam has recovered though. They are trying to get their footing back, and Niall finally is getting some of the buffs that has not been allowed to him in the early stages of the game. It's almost like ONIC kind of leans more into the early game. No assassin, but all these fighters, especially with the direct as well, everyone's just trying to be even more aggressive. Even Keyboy, look at Luke!
A Prism Strike, that's a Raging Sandstorm defensively used into the turret. Keyboy with the flicker forward. Oh! It's a bait by Luke! And now Boots gets caught as well. That's a hard guard to save him. A big resource burnt out. Who won that trade?
I think all things considered, it's still value for ONIC because they keep losing Keyboy. And while all the attention is elsewhere, CW has finally taken down the turret. More gold, more pressure around. And this is what Suns is doing, man. Asserting pressure all over, but still having that killer instinct to know when there's a chance to use this hard guard to just throw a screw in the, throw a wrench in the plans of Geek Fam.
With so much going on here in the first 6 minutes of the game, we do have a game of fun fact here by Grab. Throughout the qualifiers for M5, there have been 4 results of the final playoff round, ending with a 4-3 score line, but CW...
Just gunning Beloyski down, now into a Power of Wilderness, brings him back under the turret, the guiding wind, gets him to safety. Marky shredding down on that HP bar. Level 8 to CW's level 9. 1 level lead right now, that's Niall, who finds the orange buff. Meanwhile, Luke in that XP lane, just tearing down structures.
At this point, with Luke understanding that he might not win in the standoff between Boots 1v1, he goes in for the structures, he plays the macro game, slowly winning it, slowly keeping Geek Fam worth in this 6-minute game so far.
The late game though is what's kind of concerning, but for now, look at Boots.
Let's see this retreat battle, it's Niall versus Kyrie. Last hit, there you go, with the retreat. Chained perfectly by Kyrie. Now gonna be cancelled by the Phantom Execution. Now Beloyski gets gunned down, but is able to flicker out. CW dives in deep, has the hard guard, gets back to the BMI. Meanwhile, Keyboy against the world. Niall, whoa, going a bit too aggressive, punctures twice. BMI gets him down. Sans picks up the kill. Beloy now in the midst of it all. Jumps into the Circling Eagle, jumps out with the Circling Eagle. Abyssal strike from Boots under the tier 2. Now it's a boy getting that choke point down, forcing ONIC back for now, but it's still a winning trade for ONIC.
Oof, all the aggression, man, and Boots on this Dyra. Very high win rate, unpredictably, but Kyrie goes again.
Good taunt into the front, no black shoes means you can't go back. Luke has already used the healing, and now Boots gets a double.
This is dangerous now because the death timers are scrambled here. 3 members initially with all different death timers means that ONIC will get full control over the waves, over the jungle as well. They can't really go with the Geek Fam unity and go for these big team fights. I wonder how it's going to play out because later on, Marky does percentage HP damage. He will be able to secure the kill onto Keyboy and Kyrie more reliably, but he is also in a more risky position with the distance.
Okay, Niall is still going to be able to get his orange buff this time around. Kyrie only there to be, CW, very aggressive. This is what I wanted to ask. The gold lane, with CW this far ahead, when will it become a Marky show? When are they ready?
Ooh, I think it depends on how the game goes, how much farm they can get. Right now, Luke is the main target all the time.
And Luke is dead now. It's a puncture by Niall, used up the hard guard. Great timing on that. CW is able to fend off for now. CW jumps into the BMI, onto the back right now. Boy gets chunked low. They're looking for more on the board. Gets to the BMI behind him, and Kyrie is forced back. Mid lane, tier 2, targeted by ONIC. But Geek Fam will not let them have their way.
For our boy, he just hasn't had the items right here. Earlier, the only real person pressured very hard was Marky. Now it's a bit of the opposite. Marky has a bit more space to move around with. Actually has 2 kills, but at the same time, now he's been pressured, and so has a boy in that mid lane push power. And Luke, 1 and 4 on the Khalid is not ideal, but can ONIC end before that 16-minute late game power spike where the goal difference will just start to diminish?
That's definitely the question here. And it's looking like they're trying very hard. They're using everything they can. They're using every capacity, every possibility to do so. And it's going to start with the first Lord that they are able to take away here. 7,000 gold lead. I don't know if we should even be talking about gold gaps at this point because what we saw in that previous game was unfathomable.
He knows all he does is shred physical defense for CW to come in and mow everyone down, no question.
I love this build by Marky. He knows that his team is super behind. He needs to get that item power spike quick, so that's why he didn't actually complete the boots. Went straight for the DHS here. 3rd item. if that's your question, Eterna, when he gets that damage, it's the DHS. But when will the actual power spike hit? In my opinion, it has to wait for the win in nature. He needs to be able to survive these team fights before he can actually deal that damage. So that halts him for a bit. If he goes for that greedy effect, wait, Niall jumps in. If he goes for that greediness in the item builds, then he can get the win in nature by, what, 12 minutes.
All right, so that's what we're looking for here. DHS coming out for Marky.
Well, it's a 9k gold difference right here, but we have just seen that Geek Fam can come back from even worse. There you go, that's the 1v1 kind of style. Like Mirko mentioned, not enough just yet. The win of nature will be a big factor later on, but with Sans building the Holy Crystal, he will have more utility items later on. But for now, this Angela, as we've seen all during the early game, is still doing both healing, but also good damage towards the members of Geek Fam.
I will have to say though, I'm very impressed by Niall, right? Because against the Hilda, we saw Kyrie was 5 levels below of Super Ken in the BTR versus ONIC matchup. Niall has been able to kind of neutralize that by quite a bit. It's only a 3-level lead.
And for Niall, that doesn't matter. We've seen him in this same exact position, and yet he's still able to get that retribution over ONIC. Is it the setup? Is it his own particular skill that he has above Kyrie?
I think skill definitely plays a part here. There have been buffs contested by ONIC that now has been able to secure. So that's definitely no small feat. He has made those crazy retries before. So that is definitely something that Geek Fam can use. But I don't think they really want to bet everything on something that is just so risky, right? They want to go for something with a higher chance of succeeding.
CW, he's posturing here. They're looking for a bait maybe before the setup for the neutral objective. The Lord is 18 seconds away. The players are feeling it. They're recalling in each other's faces. They're baiting each other out. But at the end of the day, it's still ONIC with a 10k gold lead. It feels like a Olivia Rodrigo song.
Ooh, what is that? What is
Deja
that?
vu.
Deja vu. Well, deja vu indeed, but I do think that ONIC has tried to learn some lessons from the previous game, not the first game, because I think they're gonna try and be a bit more aggressive here, knowing that this first Lord is not as powerful, but this is the moment where the power spikes from Geek Fam are also not quite there yet. They can try and go for a bit more of a risky dive, and that I think is required. It can work out in favor of ONIC or Geek Fam, but I think at this point the game is way too competitive for any team to get something without risking something equally large in return.
This is where the Lilia comes in clutch, right? They really need that Lilia to be able to do this. They are trading in a Lord for just some minions down below to get Marky to that item power spike. The Lilia helped, and we saw that earlier as well in game number 5.
I think the orange one was stolen by CW right there. There's one in the hands of Marquis though, but he was the one, CW was the one closer. So we'll have to see. The waves are being set up right here. I think Sans will be comfortably just pushing on the bottom side, coming in with the hard guard. Into who? That is the main question. That is what Geek Fam has to anticipate.
You can see the Blooms already in that mid lane, helping chunk it down. Even Marky just shreds it. Kyrie in the front, the true damage to fade away. The hard guard comes in clutch. Raging Sandstorm coming into the back line right now with Niall as well, but it's Luke who ends up losing his life. A bit too hasty, but they have defended.
They have defended, and Marky finally gets that item power spike that you mentioned earlier on. Loisy goes in, doesn't commit onto this particular situation, but ONIC, they're looking to force something out.
It's a 5v4. This is the moment. This is the opening to go for a big play. But Geek Fam are still denying it away from ONIC. A 12,000 gold lead.
If it's not this Lord, it's going to be the next one. But you can see the urgency that ONIC is playing with. They're going in, they're diving, and now CW is alone.
Gets caught. Oh, the hard guard gets him back to full HP. ONIC have gotten 2 members down now.
With those picks, though, can they find something else? The base turrets are ideal, but with the death timers down, they can go for a dive. 5v3, they can very easily tank this turret up.
CW is looking for exactly that. Boost just jumped into the back right now. He can't get too greedy though. They need to still stay disciplined. They don't have the many waves for now. It's building up again. 10 seconds for Beloy, 13 for Niall. Some good damage on the CW. Oh, it has popped the Rose Gold. That's a big win for a Geek Fam.
I thought that could have been it. I thought
Me
they could
too.
have ended that. I was already on the edge of my seat there. Ladies and gentlemen, again, this grand finals is everything that we have been waiting for, everything that we have asked for. 14K gold lead. And it really doesn't matter at this point. It just takes one particular moment for things to turn around as we take a look at the instant replay here by the Samsung Galaxy S23 Series 5G.
Yeah, CW was so aggressive, but
So
you have to
close.
wonder now, was that a bait, right? Was he intentionally flashing himself towards the side of Geek Fam to try and draw a reaction? And if they don't get to seal the deal, if the hard guard comes in at the right moment, credit to Gila Sans, that could be it, man. That could be what Geek Fam needs to avoid, overextending, and unlike what they did in the previous game.
We have Mahaka Square completely distracted. No, wait, hypnotized
silent.
by how amazing this game is.
There's tension for sure, man. You can cut it with a knife. On the top side, though, with the wave building in, seems like I think ONIC are trying to make a play without the Lord just yet. Can't work out. Can they go for more afterwards, though? Never mind.
The Lord's still going to be marching, but honestly, with everything that you guys mentioned earlier on, I feel like this is where a boy thrives. The fact that he's able to clear really quickly will give ONIC a run for their money. They need to be able to engage onto the members of Geek Fam. But who do they engage with?
The Usurpers on their last legs. Abyssum Strike used up, but look at the Circling Eagle. Knocks 3 members out right now. That's going to be CW. Belmir Image, Woloyski gets taken down. The base is wide open, but Infinity Waves have been cleared out. Take a look at that. Niall's dealing with it right now. It's still going to be Marky taken down. ONIC. This might be it. The Kings have descended from the skies back to earth. Feel the grace of their presence. Three-peat, the first time in history. The Kings of the Galaxy, the gods of the game. ONIC.
Absorb it, ladies and gentlemen. The birth of the new Kages once again. Season 3, Season 8, Season 10, Season 11, and now Season 12. Ladies and gentlemen, congratulate your Kings of the Galaxy of Season 12, Team ONIC.
A phenomenal display of discipline, of micro and macro. Completely in control, even in the games they lost. Still unbeatable. Still immortal.
Ladies and gentlemen, this means that ONIC have broken the record at MPL ID. It was RRQ holding on to the record, being able to win the Kings of the Galaxy 4 times. And ONIC have one up them 5 times. This is history in the making. This is the team to look out for. And it's this team, this lineup. Kyrie, Sans, Keyboy, CW, Boots. The main 5. The 5 that the world needs to watch out for. And they're coming to M5 to look for yet another trophy.
Who would have thought this was gonna happen, man? And a lot of people discredited Geek Fam, but man, did they put up a fight. Even in the last game, at any moment it felt like the unthinkable could repeat itself. But it turns out that the supremacy of the Kings is just inevitable.
And now you get to bask in the glory for ONIC, who have fought their way, for ONIC, who have never been sated. Their hunger still stays on. Their next goal, the M5 World Championship.
Let's see if they get it. Thank you so much to all the viewers who have tuned in to the English broadcast. My name is Eterna.
My name is Miracle.
Rashi.
We're signing out. We'll see you next season.
Perjuangan dari tim Geek Fam begitu kuat dan begitu hebatnya. Inilah dia runner-up dari MPL Indonesia Season 12, Geek Fam. Menjadi runner-up adalah prestasi luar biasa. Tentu saja sportsmanship ditunjukkan dari kedua tim ini walaupun mereka harus berperang di Land of Dawn. Namun persahabatan dari kedua tim ini terasa begitu mendalam.
Benar sekali, apalagi kedua tim ini akan mewakili Indonesia di M5 World Championship.
Namun, Raja Galaksi hanya dimiliki oleh satu tim saja. Dari Geek Fam, mereka sudah benar-benar berjuang. Yang dari sebelumnya tidak bisa masuk ke babak playoff, lalu beranjak naik ke playoff. Lalu di season ini mereka menempati peringkat ketiga di klasemen untuk babak regular season dan sekarang mereka menjadi runner up.
Betul sekali, pada season 12 kali ini Geek Fam menunjukkan performance yang begitu baik. Bahkan mendapatkan gelar julukan juga sebagai King Slayer karena juga sering mengalahkan beberapa tim raksasa di MPL Indonesia. Inilah Geek Fam. Silakan Geek Fam, ada yang ingin disampaikan tentunya?
Geek Fam Unity, makasih banget buat supportnya. Kita udah oke kan? Dari zero to finals here guys. 4-2. We test the limit of ONIC. I'm so proud of my teammates, my coaches, my boss, my management, all of you guys. I'm so proud of the progress of our fans. I love you all. Especially to all the supporters and my best supporter.
Who is that?
Gak ada. Gak usah.
Nggak ada. For your friends in Philippines or anyone that you want to say, anybody, adakah yang mau mengucapkan sesuatu juga dari tim Geek Fam?
Guys, see you in M5. I hope you guys enjoy ONIC, Geek Fam. All of you guys here, I hope you enjoy the finals. We will give our best on M5 ya.
Wow, yang lain? Coach Erpang mungkin? Ingin menyampaikan sesuatu?
Makasih udah dukung di MPL Season 12, dukung kita terus di turnamen-turnamen mendatang, MPLI, M5. Mohon dukungannya ya guys.
Dan inilah dia, pada akhirnya tim Geek Fam.
Sekali lagi kita sambut bersama ini runner up Geek Fam.
Tentu saja kita akan menyaksikan mereka nantinya di M5 World Championship. Kita berharap yang terbaik untuk tim Geek Fam. Dari pertarungan mereka di babak playoff kita sudah bisa melihat bahwa kualitas Geek Fam mereka benar-benar menunjukkannya.
Betul sekali, tapi hari ini juga ada sang Raja Galaksi back to back 3 season berturut-turut. Kita sambut bersama sang Raja Galaksi ONIC.
Dan menarik sekali karena mereka udah siap-siap kaosnya ternyata. Udah langsung ganti baju. Repeat Champions 3 kali beruntun. Dan ONIC silakan ke tengah panggung ya. Jangan bosen-bosen di tengah. Kabur. Oke, sembari mereka digeser ke sini ya, digiring ke sini. Pasukan landak kita akan mengundang yang terhormat Bapak Michael Yaya selaku Creative Director dari UPS Gold untuk menyerahkan champion ring dan gold medal untuk sang juara.
Dan juga kami mengundang Bapak Faris Sidki, Asisten MX Product Marketing Manager Samsung Electronics Indonesia untuk menyerahkan 10 unit handphone Samsung S23 Ultra kepada sang juara kita.
Dan yang terakhir, Bapak Lukas Aryawan Sidarta selaku Kepala Bidang Organisasi dan Daerah PBSI untuk menyerahkan giant check kepada sang juara. Kami harapkan dan kami mohon untuk bergabung bersama kami di atas panggung MPL Arena.
Dan tentunya tim ONIC silakan untuk bisa bergabung di tengah.
Boleh berderet karena hadiahnya banyak banget guys.
Wow, ini dia sang Raja Galaksi.
keluarga besar ONIC berkumpul di atas panggung ini untuk 3 kali berturut-turut.
Menggunakan kaos ini udah disiapin ya, 3-peat 3 kali berturut-turut mendapatkan piala dan gelar sebagai Raja Galaksi.
Mereka seru banget pasti setelah menantikan MPL Indonesia Season 12 hari ini. Mereka ingin juara, mereka ingin M5 dan mereka membuktikan hal itu.
Yes, dan hari ini bukan hanya mendapatkan gelar Raja Galaksi, tapi juga tim ONIC akan menerima sejumlah hadiah, trofi juga hadiah yang diserahkan oleh tamu-tamu VIP kita.
Betul, kepada Bapak Michael Yaya hadiahnya udah siap ya. Semuanya tentu saja saat lagi akan menerima Champion Ring dan Gold Medal untuk sang juara.
Ini dia Champion Ring dan juga Gold Medal. Diserahkan langsung oleh Bapak Michael Yahya, Creative Director dari UBS Gold. Wow, membawa pulang piala, membawa pulang emas dari UBS Gold.
Dari semua yang kita saksikan, match-match yang begitu mendebarkan, tim ONIC mereka selalu bisa tenang sampai pada akhirnya menjadi tim dengan konsistensi tertinggi hingga hari ini.
Mendominasi MPL Indonesia 3 season berturut-turut mendapatkan gelar Raja Galaksi. Ini bisa dibilang koleksi emas ya, 3 season berturut-turut juga koleksi emas Champion Ring.
Coach Yep, we will look at Coach Yep fingers. Dari Coach Yep, akankah dipenuhi nantinya bakal jadi 5?
Oh.
Sekarang udah 3-peat winner, 3-peat champion. Coach Yep, kita akan lihat nih ya jarinya Coach Yep, tolong di zoom semuanya. 3 gold ring for Team ONIC.
Ini koleksi Champion Ring dari Coach Yep. Ditunjukin Coach, show it off. Oh.
Dan dari para jajaran pemain dari tim ONIC pun mereka akan berpesta emas. Medali emas, cincin emas. Dan kita berharap tentunya emas juga untuk mereka semuanya berperforma seperti layaknya emas yang bersinar.
Yes. And diserahkan ini emas-emas UBS Gold. Silau ya, sesilau prestasi mereka di panggung MPL Indonesia.
Tim ONIC mereka akan mendapatkan banyak hadiah. Jadi tunggu, itu baru satu. Baru saja kita menyaksikan penyerahan Champion Ring dan Gold Medal dari Bapak Michael Yaya dari UBS Gold pastinya.
Dan juga telah menerima handphone ya, handphone Samsung S23 Ultra.
Yap, dan inilah dia. Tadi kita sudah melihat ada 10 unit handphone Samsung S23 Ultra kepada sang juara. Terima kasih kepada Bapak Faris. Lalu selanjutnya akan ada penyerahan Giant Check kepada sang juara dari Bapak Lukas Aryawan Sidarta. Bersama-sama, inilah dia Giant Check untuk sang juara.
Bertuliskan Raja Galaksi sesuai dengan gelar mereka pada MPL Indonesia Season 12 ini. Inilah sang Raja Galaksi Tim ONIC. Diabadikan momennya ini ya. Koleksi emas, handphone, dan
Kaos pun mereka siapkan. Mereka benar-benar sadar kemampuan mereka dan sesuai dengan semua pada bilang ONIC kuat banget.
Dan sampai saat ini belum terkalahkan. Namun tentunya ada satu player yang pada match Grand Final kali ini juga turut berperan penting dalam kemenangan kali ini. Ada MVP Final.
MVP Final dari 6 game yang mereka lakukan. 6 game mereka berperang. Siapakah final MVP-nya?
Wow, dan langsung saja kita lihat siapakah final MVP MPL Indonesia Season 12 Playoff.
Inilah dia, sang MVP, Most Valuable Player dari tim ONIC.
Kita lihat
Begitu mendebarkan dan final MVP jatuh kepada Keyboy.
Keyboy juga akan mendapatkan hadiah tentunya yang akan diserahkan oleh Bapak Faris Sidki dari Samsung, mendapatkan 1 unit Special Gaming Package Samsung Galaxy A34 Lime kepada Keyboy sebagai final MVP.
Tentu tidak hanya itu karena Bapak Michael Yahya akan menyerahkan Golden Thumb kepada final MVP ini yang udah diincar. Karena ini adalah pertama kali ada Golden Thumb.
Wow, dan tak lupa juga Pak Lukas Aryawan Sidarta akan menyerahkan Giant Check dan juga piala MVP kepada final MVP kita. Sama-sama kita berikan tepuk tangan untuk Keyboy.
Keyboy bukan hanya menjadi player roam yang agresif, namun dia juga bisa menjadi seorang support system yang baik. Dia bisa defensif pula, dia bisa mengcover kawan-kawannya dengan sangat baik. Silakan diserahkan semua hadiahnya Keyboy. Untuk Keyboy.
Silakan Bapak-bapak untuk diserahkan hadiahnya.
Dari Bapak Faris Sidki untuk menyerahkan 1 unit special gaming package Samsung Galaxy A34 Lime kepada final MVP kita Keyboy.
Kemudian Pak Michael Yahya untuk menyerahkan ini Golden Thumb kepada final MVP. Silakan Bapak, ini Golden Thumb.
Telah mengabadikan momen dari Samsung kali ini Keyboy, selanjutnya dari UBS Gold Golden Thumb. Keyboy, jempolmu bakal jadi emas gak sih Boy? Udah jempol emas. Dan boleh kasih tepuk tangannya semua dong untuk Keyboy.
Dan Bapak Lukas Aryawan Sidarta untuk menyerahkan juga Giant Check dan piala kepada Keyboy, our final MVP. Banyak sekali hadiahnya ya. Ini diterima oleh final MVP Keyboy. Baik, sekali lagi selamat untuk Keyboy sebagai final MVP dan terima kasih Bapak Faris Sidki, Bapak Michael Yahya dan juga Bapak Lukas Aryawan Sidarta telah menyerahkan hadiah. Dan ini dia diserahkan secara langsung juga piala sebagai final MVP oleh Bapak Faris, Pak Michael dan Pak Lukas.
Trofi yang Keyboy dapatkan untuk sampai titik ini, tentu semuanya juga sudah tahu betapa hebatnya Keyboy dari mungkin gak cuma season ini, tapi dari season-season sebelumnya. Dan kali ini begitu berpengaruh untuk kawan-kawannya.
Terima kasih Pak Faris Sidki, Bapak Michael Yahya, dan juga Bapak Lukas Aryawan Sidarta. Kita sudah mendapatkan Raja Galaxy sekaligus juga final MVP kita.
Dan tentu saja hal yang dinantikan daripada sang juara. Mereka akan berkumpul juga di sini. Perjalanan mereka sebelumnya belum selesai. Namun ini adalah saat mereka untuk menselebrasi dengan grand final ini. Kalian udah nyangka kalian bakal juara ya? Apa itu kaos kalian tiba-tiba ganti? Hey ONIC!
Halo.
Halo?
Wah, gimana nih? Apakah kalian memang udah nyangka bakalan juara, udah siapin juga kaosnya? Atau seperti apa nih?
Lang.
Lang.
Sorry Kak, apa?
Apakah kalian udah nyangka bakalan juara, udah siapin nih kaos-kaosnya?
Ya sebenarnya kalau juara tuh pas liganya mulai kita udah komit lah buat kasih yang terbaik buat turnamen sekarang. Jadi ya pasti nyangka dong.
Pasti menyangka sampai sudah ngeprint Dan itu kenyataan, menjadi kenyataan, manifesting kali ya. Tapi kalau dari tim ONIC sendiri, what you guys have and the others don't, Coach Yep or Adi,
Coach. Coach. Dewasa dik.
apa sih yang kalian punya dan tim lain gak punya sampai kalian mendapatkan 3 kali juara beruntun untuk MPL?
Kenapa 3 kali juara beruntun?
Apa yang kalian punya dan yang lain gak punya?
Oh, sebenarnya aku baru masuk ONIC, terus baru apa namanya, back to back. Kalau yang lain udah ini tripit. Ya intinya aku baru sekali sih ngerasain kayak anak-anak yang benar-benar berambisius setiap ngikutin turnamen lah. Dan mungkin itu salah satu alasan kenapa kita bisa sekonsisten ini.
Wow, ambisius dan menjadi tripit. Mungkin Coach Yep ada yang ingin disampaikan?
Lagi.
Anything you want to say?
About this win and also your upcoming battle on M5.
Gue seneng banget sih karena season ini terus baru meta, kami bisa we can go through a lot of challenges with this season. Terus kalau gini kami bisa bilang tim ini yang paling kuat sekarang.
Tim yang paling kuat dan itu terbukti. Mereka bisa untuk menunjukkannya di sini di final. Namun ini adalah momen yang sudah dinanti-nantikan. Siapkan semua device kalian karena tim ONIC akan menuju ke arah tengah untuk mengangkat piala yang sudah mereka nantikan. Dari berbulan-bulan ini mereka berjuang dari regular season dan mereka pada akhirnya
Move.
bisa untuk mengangkat piala yang mereka nantikan.
Udah diarahin Kiboy, move, mengelilingi piala karena akan siap-siap mengangkat ini piala ketiga mereka secara berturut-turut ya dari season 10, 11 dan saat ini di season 12. Mereka akan mengangkat trofi. Ini piala yang ditunggu-tunggu oleh tim di MPL Indonesia. Ini adalah piala sebagai Raja Galaksi yang didapatkan oleh tim ONIC.
Indonesia, dunia, sambutlah sang Raja Galaksi MPL Indonesia Season 12, tim ONIC! Indonesia bernyanyi, Sonic pun bergembira. Semuanya merayakan untuk kemenangan sang Raja Galaksi. Beruntun dari title ini, tak ada yang bisa mencuri dari tim ONIC. 3 season berturut